right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to episode 51 of the LegacyKnitz Podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I'm the daughter.
I'm the mother.
I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont.
Vernon, Connecticut.
And that's our spiel.
We are really good at that.
We are. It's the after part, which I'm about to start, that we're really bad at. Where it's like, so now I will welcome all viewers to the podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning. For the most part, that's kind of what we stick to. But sometimes there's rug hooking in there, yarn dyeing. We talk about our business a lot.
Stitching. I don't think I showed stitching last time, and I don't know where I put it.
Oh. We can always pause and you can find it if you want.
Yeah, we can do it next time.
Yeah. And then to all of our returning viewers, thank you for coming back and spending some more time with us. We love you all. And hopefully you enjoy this episode.
Yes, it is a summer. Oh my gosh, summer is here. I was saying on Periscope this morning, full force. My favorite day of the year, I'm a little sad because it's over, is the summer solstice, which was yesterday. And I look forward to it. I don't know why I don't do anything. I just love it. And it's over.
It is. So now the days will slowly start to get shorter and not longer.
I know. But it is fabulous. The weather has been
perfect.
Unreal because it's hot, but there's this gorgeous breeze and it's heaven.
Cool at night. Like we're still under blankets at night, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. With just windows open. Thank you, God. We had that air conditioner going during that hot spell. Oh, I hate the noise. Because we don't do central air. You know this, but everyone else doesn't. We don't have central air. We have just window air conditioners, and they're loud. And the distribution of cold air is icky. I hate them. Quite often, if it was up to me, we would just sweat all night.
I know. So, I know. I'm struggling with the same thing because, like, when it gets hot, you know this, but everybody else doesn't. We're on the top floor of the house that we live in, and we are surrounded by windows, which you can kind of tell. Like, it's like that around our entire living space. It's just these huge glass windows, which are beautiful.
Like a greenhouse.
It's literally like a greenhouse. It just gets so hot in here. So we haven't invested. We suffered through last summer and we survived.
And last summer was tough.
Mm-hmm. But so now we're kind of struggling with, do we buy an air conditioning unit? Do we not? And I know that if we wait for the next heat spell to come, like you've said to me before, they'll be gone.
They'll be gone. They'll be gone day one because that happened even a couple weeks ago, I think. I heard someone going to get an air conditioner and they got the last one. And I'm like a 5-year-old in the summer. I love the hot, sticky nights. It's bizarre. I really, really love them. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm really hot and uncomfortable. I think it connects to when I was little. I always loved summer. I always loved when we lived on Union Street, not the house that we had, but the one that we lived in. There used to be a carnival down the street at where post office and where the post office was when I was little. Oh. That was an A&P, and I'm probably not remembering this right, but I swear they had bears.
Wait, really?
I'm probably making it up. I'm pretty sure I'm making it up, but I thought they had like some. I'm probably wrong. But anyways, so when the carnival was in town, I would switch the direction of my pillow so that I was sleeping near the window instead of my feet weren't there, my head was. And I would fall asleep to the sound of the carnival.
Oh,
that is one of my favorite memories of when I was young.
That is
nothing.
Oh, that's so cool, though.
It was so cool. So anyways, I'm very nostalgic in the summer. I really feel like a kid on summer vacation.
Yes. And you want to know what? I wonder if that's what it is, the whole like school's out for the summer thing, because I feel very similar. I mean, not quite to that extent, but even like on really, really hot nights, kind of like what you were saying, like only sleeping with a sheet and like being sprawled out and like there's something there that triggers a memory for me too of being a kid.
I know, it's weird. I just think summers have always been fun for our families. because we've always had a pool, and it's weird. It's weird, but I'm so there.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
it's,
there.
I mean, hot or not, it's the summer. Although I will say, kind of on the totally opposite side of that coin, as summer is approaching, and I don't know why this is, I'm not really looking forward to like being outside in the summer. And I don't know why, because it's such a complete polar opposite of what I normally am.
Yeah, because of the lake.
I know. And like in my mind, I'm like, oh, how am I going to deal with like being outside in the lake? Like it's going to be so hot and sticky and I'm going to be so uncomfortable. I don't know where this is coming from. And I'm like, well, maybe I can wear a long sleeve shirt and a really big hat and I'll be fine. Like, why am I thinking like that?
I don't know. It's very strange. But you know what? I really think last summer was so unusually hot, especially up there. Like I know the 3 or 4 times that I was there, it was unbearable.
Yeah.
And let's just talk about how Vermonters do not know how to use air conditioning.
Oh, we don't.
They don't.
Natural.
Yeah. Like you go into a store around here just to cool down, and it was like, why do they not have the air conditioning on? But they do, but it's like so like high or low, whatever you would call that it doesn't even. I remember thinking like, why do they not know how to use air conditioning up here? And I hate air conditioning.
I know.
Anyways.
That's even at work. It seems like when I walk in on a hot day, like I'm still drenched in sweat.
I remember that when I walked in, I think it was last year when Benny was at work, and I thought, oh, well, we'll go have lunch with him to be nice and cool. No, it was hot. I was like, where's the air conditioning? Anyways, so yeah, I love summer. But at the same breath, I'm so excited about summer because at the end of summer is fall.
No, me too. Why we are New Englanders.
Yeah.
Like to the very core, we are New Englanders because the year is so exciting. Every year is so exciting because there's so much change around every single corner.
Exactly.
I love it. I'm with you too. I like in my mind, oh, September's going to be here before you know it, and then it's going to be fall.
I know. And it's only June. It's just summer just started.
I know. We have to enjoy it while it's here. Live in the present moment.
Yes. I've barely even stepped in the pool. I've been in it once, but it's gorgeous. There was a snake the other day. I looked at it. I was like, why does it not bother me? The chipmunks scurrying kill me. The snakes like in the water. I was like, oh, darn it. There's a snake. I tell Dad. He was like, are you kidding me? He hates them.
Yeah, you guys are opposite when it comes to that.
Oh, and he was attacking it with the... in the water. He was like trying to slam it.
Oh, can't you just like take it and fling it into the woods?
I think he was afraid it would fling onto his body. It was this big. It was not. It was this big.
We all have our phobias. His is snakes.
I wouldn't have wanted to be in the water with it. I would have freaked out then. But if I saw a chipmunk swimming right now, I'd be like, I can't even look.
See, I'm a spider. I can't do spiders. They freak me out.
I know. Let's talk knitting.
Let's talk. This is a knitting podcast for all of you new viewers. I swear to you, this is a knitting.
This is the bad part. We haven't really talked. We saw each other last week a lot, and we haven't talked since. Mm-hmm. So we're catching up. It's bad.
Yeah, we went from talking all the time for a full week to like now we're back to normal life.
I know.
So what are
you working on? I know you're working on a super secret project that we can't talk about.
Yeah, so I'm working
a lot.
What I bring to the table in the podcast is going to be a little slimmer for the next month or so. But I will being able to show you in the end. But right now I can't 'cause it's a super secret test knit thing and it's awesome. But so I would say the one thing that I've been kind of like filling my time with has been I
have not even seen this.
I know. I feel like you really have. It's kind of just been like my project on the side. Like
I saw a picture. Oh my gosh.
Isn't it fun? And
no, it's like beyond. Okay, so what are you using for yarn?
What am I not using for yarn is the better question.
But it's fingering weight?
No, it's DK.
Oh.
So, okay. But I am...
You have that much DK. I have no DK.
Well, so I do, but up at the top here, you can see I started marling I'm holding 2 strands of fingering together to make a DK.
Love it.
So that was like the blues that you're seeing here is 2 held together. The pink rainbowy is 2 strands of fingering held together, but everything else is DK.
I love it. I love it.
It's super fun. So the pattern is called Syncopation, Adoration, and it's by Stephen West. It's a free pattern, which I think is amazing. Amazing. And so the fun part is, and I don't know if you can tell by me just holding it up, but so you can kind of see here. So you're doing like 10.
Yes, you're alternating the brioche.
Exactly.
You are like a brioche queen.
It's really not hard. It's not.
No, I get it. I really, really get it, and I'll show what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But that is amazing. I just love, like, literally, we were talking about this before we came on. Like, what is it mentally for me with brioche that's so intimidating? I learned how to do it. You taught me. It came right back. When we started, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember this. Mm-hmm. But then you were good and helped me with a few, like, increases. And I thought it was hysterical when Dad was like, who's teaching who here? Like, it was such a shift, which was so cool.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I work at it all weekend. You'd never know by the little amount because it took such concentration for me. And I got home and I didn't touch it. I was, like, afraid of it again. Literally, what is wrong with me? And today, I picked it up, and I'll show you why later. And it came right back. It's easy. But I have this, like, intimidation thing with it. It's driving me crazy.
And I was so there, and I'm trying to like think back as to what like turned that off for me, and I truly have no idea.
I think for me, it's going to be working on it regularly.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow I've got a busy day, but I would like to think tonight when we're done here, I'm going to brioche for a while. I think if I did it for 20 minutes a day, just picked it up for 20 minutes, that would do it for me. Mm-hmm. I really do. But the minute I put it down, I'm like, I look at it side-eyed. Like, it's over there.
Well, and you don't have any mistakes or anything in yours either, so... But no, well, I totally know what you're feeling because I felt the exact same way. And I just go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, for me, I feel like it was truly when I started my Meandering shawl, which the latest pattern that I made, my very first finished brioche project, I didn't pick up anything else. So my mind was not cluttered with any other patterns, any other thoughts. It was 100% focus on that. And now I feel comfortable juggling projects.
I know. I've got to get there. I think for me, it is, I am so familiar with so many different types of knitting and so comfortable with really anything except brioche. Yet I'm forcing myself, like literally forcing, because I think we've talked a bit about it before. I don't ever want to reach that point of saying, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Like, I hate to not know how to do something. Mm-hmm. And again, it is so easy. It's a mental block.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it opens up this whole new knitting world. Like, I feel like I have the world by the balls right now because I know how to brioche. Like,
I know. And I love that about you. Like, I love that because, like, I look at it and go, oh my gosh, like, there's hats I want to make. There's everything you're making, I obviously want to make. Yeah. That's obvious. Like that chevron piece, oh my gosh, I'm going to be dyeing yarn for that.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
I'm going to do that.
If I treated myself to the yarn that I bought, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I am. I actually know, that'll come up later too, but I know the main color I want to use, of course, is my charcoal gray, which is my favorite. Because it makes everything pop.
Yeah.
It just does. And it's deep enough that it stands out, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, what can I say about this project? So, the pattern calls to knit it in magic loop, but because I am impulsive and I decided to cast it on like in the middle of the night and I didn't have the right needles, I just went with knitting it in the round, and it works fine knitting it in the round.
Well, what's the difference, really?
I don't know. I wonder if it's just the way he knit it, so that's the way he wrote it.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you just work in the round?
I don't know.
On 16 inches.
I don't know if it's maybe easier with brioche to just have 2 needles instead of like that one joining stitch. I don't know, but I made it.
Yeah.
So if anybody has that question and reads the pattern, it does work totally fine just doing it on 16-inch.
It just looks so cozy, squishy. That with your meandering shawl this winter.
Forget about
it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's so squishy.
Oh my gosh. You need to make one for Justin.
No.
You both need to be wearing those hats.
For Rhinebeck?
I know people are going to say, but I look terrible in hats. Terrible. Unacceptably terrible. I've tried. When I've been up there and freezing, I've been like, I'm going to wear this socket hat. I look in the mirror and go, there's no way I'll freeze to death.
Wait. See, I think you could pull it off.
I mean, and I'm not really one that, like, you know me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But a hat looks awful on me.
I wonder if it's a certain, like, if you just need to find your type of hat.
They say, oh, what is it? Willie Wormhead?
Yeah.
They're big hat makers. They say, people have said to me, they make a hat for everyone. Those are the hats you have to look at. You will always find one. Yeah. So, and when I'm up there, I don't like to be cold.
No. And it gets cold.
I don't know. We'll work on it. But oh my gosh, I love it.
It's super fun. And like using all different types of, and he says this with all of his patterns, all different types of fiber. Like these are both singles, DK singles. One of them I dyed. One of them Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi dyed.
Huh?
Then I have DK weight from Republic of Wool. Is this blue? And then Primrose Yarn Company. And then, oh my gosh. So I bought this yarn. This was one of the yarns that I bought at a festival. I want to say it might have been at Connecticut Sheep and Wool. And it was in like an unlabeled basket. And it was just like $7 a skein. And like, just because it was like.
It was there.
Do you remember that?
That's kind of ringing a bell because that happens there a lot.
It is amazing. It feels like there's so much lanolin in it. It's like really soft while also being very natural feeling.
It's earthy crunchy. I love earthy crunchy.
I wish I had bought so much more because I am obsessed with it. And I'm going to be so sad when it's gone. But I'm using that too. Oh, you guys can help me decide. So maybe you don't know, but brioche is a reversible stitch. So here's what is designated as the right side in the pattern. But I kind of love the wrong side a little bit more. And ooh.
Oh, yeah, because it's a little bolder.
I don't know. I'm really struggling as to which side I'm going to.
Well, don't you think you can wear it however? Oh, unless you have a pom-pom.
And the pom-pom that this pattern calls for is so cool. What he made, it's like this super, I'll put a picture on the screen. It's just like wonky. It's not a perfect circle. It's like really long sticking up ones and then like a really tight area. It's super cool.
But you know what you could do is tie it on the inside with literally, although it might bother your head, like tie it with a bow. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, and I totally could do that because I still have quite a bit to go because it's floppy on the top.
Floppy. So then when you decide to turn it inside out, you undo the bow and you do it the other way.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I would do.
So anyway, that's my project. Highly recommend the pattern. It's literally just brioching around and around and around.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay, let's talk brioche because I'm brioching. Oh, Isabel.
Someone just got home?
No, there's probably a leaf blowing in the wind. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I'm also not good with 2 strands of yarn.
Oh, it takes so long to get used to it.
And I also have it like stuck in a bag, which is ridiculous with other yarn. Okay, here we go. Yes, I am brioching.
Ugh.
Look, it's not even any bigger.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. It's beautiful. So what pattern are you knitting?
I'm doing the Meandering shawl, the small version, because, phew, I thought I lost a marker. Because you did the small version and it's really big. And I am using the gray, although, well, we'll talk later because we are making kits and I went with a darker gray. I wish this was just a hair darker to really make it pop, but I love it. And then I believe that this is Carrie of Freckled Whimsy. It's yarn.
I love it. It goes so well with the neutral, like a neutral gray.
I love gray. I love anything neutral. Typically, I like a little more contrast, but I just wanted to get started. I didn't want to wait, and I think it's going to be lovely. I think this is going to be a gift. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that because the one I do for me, I feel like I see a little mistake there. Darn it.
It's okay. Just keep going by it.
Just keep going. It's like a typewriter. So anyways, I love it. It was tricky. I am pretty sure I started it, I am not exaggerating, 35 times in this little tiny area. But it didn't bother me because every time another thing clicked in my brain. And it was just like, it was like I was off just a little. It's like, shoot, I'll start again. Shoot, I'll start again. I'm not kidding you, 35 times. That is an area that I have a lot of patience for some reason. And I knew I was learning, so it didn't bother me. I was so glad I saw yours because I didn't realize this is what I was creating.
I think that's the most challenging part of that pattern. And for anybody that's going to cast it on,
it's a little fussy.
Yeah, just keep going, keep following the instructions because for a little while it looks like you're just making this like bunched up little ball.
It's awful.
It's terrible, but keep plugging through because it'll open up and be fine.
Yeah, so I think it was the night before we came up. I was like, I'm going to get this. And then finally I ripped it all out. And then we got there early enough. And I'm like, I'm getting to the point where Chelsea can help me. And I did. Right when you walked through the door, it's like, I'm there.
Yeah.
So I would say don't not do it for that reason because I learned it was just coming back to me every single time. And you need those. Well, I need those videos for sure. I have to admit, I am really curious how someone teaches brioche in a classroom setting as one person. I feel like I would need aides to go around and help because I loved one-on-one. Like when you were like one-on-one with me, it's like, I don't think I'd have the patience to wait for someone to get back because really when you are at that spot where you need help, it's pretty immediate or else you're going to lose again, I'm speaking for myself.
Oh, I would agree with that. Totally. Especially at the very beginning, like, what's that? Justin is answering now. Look at that. Over there.
Isabel.
But no, at the beginning, because you're right, like, it's right at that moment when you feel like you're gaining your momentum. Inevitably, you're going to come up with a little glitch, and it's like, okay, it's completely lost. Like, you just get completely deflated, and unless there is someone right there saying, no, just keep going.
That's how I felt. Isabel, shush. We haven't had to deal with this in a while.
A long.
She's a little rambunctious tonight.
Seriously.
I don't know why. There's nothing to see. All right. So anyways, I'm so excited. I would like to think. So I'm going to just keep changing colors. I don't know what I did with it. I was going to put in Flipper. Flipper is going in. I'm really excited about Flipper. Might be next.
Flipper is going to complement that color now beautifully.
I know. So Flipper's going in, and then I don't know. You have so much yarn. You sent me home with this one, which is going to look good. Then I have this one. I think this is Hedgehog that I had started.
Oh, I think that was your doodler?
No, I haven't pulled it out yet.
Oh.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Just because I know I'm not going to finish it and it has gorgeous yarn. I don't think this was.
It might, oh no, it totally might not be. I was just.
Yeah, I don't think it was, but I do have that. So,
and
I don't know.
I can wind you off. I mean, like you said, I have so much yarn. Like, I can wind you off minis and send them to you.
Send them to me, yeah. I feel like I still have enough. So I think I'm going to use between 4 and 5 colors. I'm anxious to change, but I don't want to change too soon so that I don't get a good feel for this yarn. I want it to be whatever that is.
Established in the pattern.
Yes, I don't want it to be just a little there. Now for this one, I might do almost like little pops.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm anxious to work on it tonight when we're done here. That's that.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be a brioche queen before you know it. And I feel like, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited about it because I am going to do... Oh, well, do you have yours?
I do, but you can show it if you have the book right there.
Well, I'm going to show the book so they can see, but yours, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I could just die looking at it. Like, it takes everything in me not to start this. This is the main reason I needed this book.
And can I tell you, it is probably one of the easiest patterns. The pattern in a half page. Because it's the same thing over and over and over and over until 80 inches or however many inches.
I may start it tonight. No, I won't.
You easily could. Well, no, you easily could.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, I really want to make it double the size in width and have it a blanket.
Well, he has the blanket pattern.
In here?
I don't know if it's in there, but if you... Did we get a Ravelry digital download with that book?
I don't know.
Either way, I mean, you can easily just add it. Oh, thank you.
This book, I have to admit, I hesitated to buy it because I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll really like use it. I would be so mad at myself right now if I hadn't bought it.
I will knit this is such a blessing and a curse. I know.
Is that yours? Is that the one you made?
What is
it? Oh, I should look, huh?
It should say top left.
Oh, ooh, no. La Bien.
Oh.
Me.
Oh, that's...
Oh, my gosh.
That's the yarn he used. That's not the pattern.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It could be the Jag and Garter.
Garter Breeze.
Garter Breeze. No, I haven't knit that one.
Why am I looking at this? I do not have time to be knitting all these.
This...
Close the books.
This book is a blessing and a curse because it is, I think I've said this in previous episodes, it's the first ever pattern book that I've ever bought for myself. And it has set the bar so high that now if I look at a book and there isn't, it isn't 95% of the patterns that I would knit, I put it down. And that's so bad. I mean, it's good, but it's bad.
But there are so many beautiful books out there. So many, and I tend to buy single patterns on Ravelry, and I think, you know what? This is a coffee table book. Can we talk about the feel?
Oh, it's like...
And the smell.
Yeah. It's like velvety. It's beautiful. And his the photography in there, it's like, even if you're not a knitter, to look through that book is so inspiring.
It reminds me so much of, and I never know how to pronounce his name. I always have called him Cafe Facet, but I think it's Cafe Facet. I don't know. I love him.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He's a brilliant colorist. He's a brilliant everything. Next time I will bring that book in that I have. It's like I'm savoring it. I still haven't read it because I want to save it to read for a special day.
Yeah.
What's that about? I could read it twice.
Easily.
Or 3 times.
Well, when you handed it to me so the whole reason that you handed it to me was because we were watching Christy Glass Knit's interview with Stephen West, which we can talk about later because I think that should be one of our recommendations because it is, I will watch it another 10 times easily.
It is a terrific interview. It's a terrific interview. Mm-hmm. There's no words.
Everything about it, it's so funny because I was so impressed with her because for me, Stephen West is still, even though we've gotten to spend time with him and like I've gotten to chat with him a little bit, like he is still just like, he has my heart and he still makes me a little bit nervous in the good way, like excited nervous.
Yeah.
So when she sat down with the interview, I was like, oh, I wonder if we'll be able to tell, like, was she nervous? Was she She was so professional, so right down to business while being fun and funny, and their chemistry was great, and her questions were
spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Like, cannot say good enough about it.
I know. It was so impressive because we've joked about it, like, oh, we'd love to interview him. And she did it the way I would have wanted to do it. Totally. It was perfect. And I wouldn't have had that ability. Like, watching her, I thought, it's perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah, I actually had that thought after we had talked about it. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't think I could have done it. I don't think I could have done it as well. Like, I am so grateful that she is the amazing interviewer that she is, because it allowed us to get all of the questions that we ever wanted about him.
I felt like she touched on all the areas that I would want to touch on much better than I probably would have. But I loved it. I've watched it twice and I will watch it at least one more time. I found it very inspiring as an artist. There was so much about it that really I totally enjoyed. And the humor.
Yeah.
Yet it had a lot of content. It was perfect.
And it wasn't just Stephen West that was inspiring, too. Christy brought, like, it was a 50-50 split for me. Like, they were both equally inspiring in every part of it. I
agree.
So, yeah. So the whole reason, though, we brought up the book, or why it's kind of been on top of mind for us, is because Stephen mentioned that CAF or Cafe Facet, however.
I think it's CAF is what I've heard more than not.
I will put the information about this individual, however you can, in our show notes.
Most people know about him because he's really in so many different industries. Mm-hmm. Like, he does quilts and crochet. And when I bought the book, I wanted to make our house look like that.
The pictures are beyond.
His color, it's breathtaking. I can't even imagine taking a class with him or listening to a lecture or a presentation by him. Like I would be like beside myself.
Yeah, like a color theory lecture. I can't even imagine, and it makes so much sense when you look at the book, how Stephen draws inspiration from him, or how he's been inspired by him.
How he's been influenced by him. But I love when people are influenced by someone but don't do what they do. You know what I mean? Like it's like you can tell he was influenced by it, but he doesn't do anything like that.
Yep.
So, yeah, amazing.
Yeah. I don't even know where that stemmed from, but yeah.
I don't either. I think it was looking at this book reminded me of that. And I think it's all the color that comes at you, and
it's amazing.
Like some of these pictures, like this picture you could look at 1,000 times and recognize something unique about it each time.
Yep. Absolutely.
I love it. So I'm starting that. Maybe this weekend. Maybe it'll be a treat.
You'll have to dye the yarn.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So that'll bring us right into my next work in progress. This is going to be a very long, and I talked about this last podcast when I hadn't cast it on yet, kind of my plans to start it. It's not moving super fast, but I kind of am intentionally making it like that because I think, bless you.
Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you. I think it'll be on the needles for a very long time. Like, I'm thinking well into the winter because it is, I mean, you saw the picture. It's huge. So here's what I've done so far. I treated myself to all, because I had a collection of Primrose Yarn Adelaide singles that I didn't have a project in mind for, and so this was the project. And so, yeah, I'm using all her yarn.
It is breathtaking.
Thank you. Okay, but I will say, like, right now I have a mistake in here that I don't know how to fix. So that's another reason that I haven't picked it up yet, or again. And also, like, I'm totally messing up. Like, look at this. I totally just like, whoop. But, like, it's so big, you're never going to see that in the end. And, like, over here, it's the exact opposite. So I'm just hoping that I can even it out as I go.
Okay, so show the other side.
Oh, right. So, and I have oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I have a Ravelry page, which will tell you all the colors, because I don't know them all off the top of my head.
When we walked in and you were still at work, no, I think it was after when Dad and Justin went out for their ride, that caught my eye. I was like, oh my gosh, that side is my favorite.
Me too.
Favorite.
It's so...
Yeah, it's in person, it's breathtaking.
I really do like it. And like, my heart is, because I'm doing the test knit, my heart is really aching to be working on this. But I know once I'm done with the test knit and I pick it back up, I am going to just, like, dive in head first.
You are. And you've done a tremendous amount of knitting on that. So.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, yeah. And, like, yeah.
I want to start it.
It's so fun. And I would say, like, if you've done brioche before, it's really just a lot of barking, burping, like your typical brioche stitches with, you have one increase and one decrease. And that's all you have to know. And it's back and forth until your heart desires.
I can't wait. I actually think that is a project that's great to get in the rhythm and start really getting it.
Yes. And he also has it in cowl form, in blanket form.
I'm tempted by the blanket. I've got to look that up.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I've got like 12 blankets.
You do love your knit blankets.
I love my blankets, but it would take a tremendous amount of that main color.
You could always stripe the main color.
I could.
You could, like, gradient.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't let me add another thing. Okay, wait till you see what I am almost done with.
Let me see. Oh.
Finally. Can I tell you this? Why do I not know what this is called? Like, for me, it's a button band, but there's no buttons.
What about, like, what does it say on the pattern?
I know, that's what I should look at. Hold on. Probably border. Collar. But it goes all the way down. Well, anyways, there are so many stitches in that collar. In an hour, I can do 4 rows at the most. And there's 26 rows. That was an investment. I don't remember that about the other one.
Maybe.
So look at one sleeve. Then the next sleeve is on, and I'm starting to knit on it. It's going to fly.
It is so pretty. Dang it. I have so many sweaters languishing right now.
I do too. And I'm mad at myself. It also is pulling and it's bugging me. We talked about that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I picked up exactly how like 3 for every 4 rows. I'm tempted to just pick up every single stitch.
It was just,
but then I'm afraid it'll wave.
Well, it's pucker.
Because it'll be too many.
I'd rather have it wave than pucker.
But you wouldn't want it waving like around your neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to block it. I actually think I'm really sick of it, to be honest with you. I want to say, oh, I love it, but I'm sick to death of looking at it. I've been knitting on it a lot. I know. I still want to make a skirt. Yeah. I still want to make a skirt for this.
Like sew a skirt.
So, yeah, sew a skirt. Oh, not knit a skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I feel like I totally know what you mean, being sick of it, because I feel like when I get to that point with mine, I will also be sick of it. But the good news is you're so close to being done with yours now that when you are done and you block it and you fold it and you put it away.
Put it away. Yes, I agree. And it really does have a lot of stretch. It's going to block out good. So, but it's funny. I was knitting yesterday with Terry and Mary, and they were like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. It's so bad. But I do think these, and I have so many fingering weight sweaters right now. But this is going to be my mindless knitting, like when I'm on the phone or in between dyeing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to work on, and it's going to fly.
Yeah.
Fly. Because all the hard stuff is over. All the like slog of a knitting is over.
How much more are you done with the collar?
Oh yeah, it's all done.
Oh my God, you're done.
All I have is this.
Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I'm so done. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'm hoping to finish I already forgot the name of it. The Sosu Knits one.
Oh, the striped cardigan, striped hooded cardigan, striped.
Yeah. I haven't worked on that at all. I'm pretty sure since last week. I love it, but again, sick to death. I'm like, but it's going to feel so good. 2 sweaters will be put away for next year.
So that's probably another reason why subconsciously you are so excited for the fall.
Probably, probably. I know, like it is. Oh, but you know what else I worked on a ton, which I'm not going to drag it out because it's too hot and it's over there and I just can't drag it out. My cozy memory. I became obsessed, and I will tell you, it's the needles. It has nothing to do with the blanket. It's those signature needles, which are on sale right now. I've had several people message me. They're on sale for 10% off, which isn't huge, but also free shipping. So that's probably closer to 15%.
Yeah.
So I should be going over there, and I haven't.
I know.
I need like 12 size 4s.
See, I think I would do a size 6. I would probably do 2 size 6s because I find that that's what I'm knitting my shawls with the most. And you know me, I'm a shawl knitter.
Oh, I should get a pair just for what size is that chevron blanket? Is that 6s?
This actually, this calls for US 4s. And so yeah, you should have some for
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
But so the only reason that I went with the actual called for needle on this is because it's a wrap. It's not really anything like I know it'll be big enough because it's just going to be long and you wrap it. But,
yeah.
But with the thing that I'll show you later, I went up to 6s and I'm glad I did.
Yeah. 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 So that's that. I've been working on that. I have a fun thing I'm working on, which I bought the yarn for when I was up there, the giraffe. Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you have...
I started it, but I had to pull it back because I started it like right before I started a Periscope. I wasn't focusing. It's not hard. I just like went off in a zone of let's just increase here and there and everywhere. So I got Kelly was so sweet and saved me one of these. Oh my gosh. Again, the feel, the smell. Oh my gosh. It's heaven. I really want to read it. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
I have this thing about saving things. Like I can't read it 2 or 3 times.
You can read it a million times.
I know. Okay, so yes, I'm making the giraffe. I told my Periscope people they have to hold me accountable so that I don't have a headless giraffe. I'm known for getting to a stuffy all the way to the end, and they're headless. I have a lot of headless stuffies over there. I want this so bad. I love it.
It's going to look so cute in your office.
So cute. I cannot wait. It's probably going to go in the new room on those.
On your cubes.
Yes. So anyways, you helped me pick the yarn. I love it. It's Quince & Co. Worsted Weight Lark. These 2 colors. Okay, yeah, I started it. It's so much fun. It's all I want to work on.
Oh my gosh.
So this is oh, I dropped a needle. I have so much in my lap right now. So this is the pad. I had it all like stitches picked up around going up the leg. It was like I lost my mind. I don't even know what. I'm like, why do I have a stitch there and there? So I feel like it's going to go fast, which again, what happens is I get going full speed and then I put it down by the time I get to the head. So someone was like, Sue, start with the head. It's like, no, that's what you end with. It's all...
Oh, you have to end with the head.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would love to say next week that will be done, but who am I kidding?
I mean, that's one of those fun projects where you can just kind of plug along as you want.
It is, but I have this habit, of getting so far on something and going, oh, I'm almost done. Put it down forever.
I am your daughter. I totally commiserate with you 100%.
You are. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so it's going to be super fun. I'm really excited about it, but it's over there now.
I can't wait to see it.
I have too many really fun things, and that's a problem for me. But all the fun things require a little attention. They're not hard, but they require attention. And I'm one that loves to just mindlessly knit.
It's such a struggle.
It's real.
I know. Well, and I think once you get going with your meandering too, that'll be a fun thing that you can just mind.
That's what I... Oh.
There it is. I need to make you a necklace. What is wrong with me?
I love it. We need those for Rhinebeck. Oh my gosh, I love that. I forgot all about it.
It's just sitting here staring at me saying, make me into a necklace and mail me to your mother. And I just haven't listened yet.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Did you have any finished objects?
Just one, and the ends aren't woven in, so I guess you could call it.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Just my meandering shawl.
Oh, you have to show that. It's not just your meandering shawl. It's... I want to see how much you did on... Okay, so... The phone's ringing. So, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
I feel like you were asking me a question.
Yes, I lost my meandering shawl. Oh, I know. It went back in the bag.
Oh.
If you could see. It was clean.
No.
I want to see how much.
Of the first color I did?
Yeah. Like, let me see.
I did a good amount.
Okay, I'm going to do a lot more. I don't want it to be a tiny amount.
Yeah, I did a pretty good amount.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. So see those thin stripes? I like that.
Yeah, those are honestly the most fun rows. Here, let me try and...
So you just decided I'm going to just throw like 1 or 2 colors in there?
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I just did little pops when I got bored, and I thought, like, ooh, like, I've done a lot of kind of muted colors. Like, I'll do a couple pops.
I love it.
Thank you. And then I was...
Love it. Oh.
I was playing Yarn Chicken, so this is the other side.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I just love it.
Thank you. So I was playing Yarn Chicken with this forest green. I can't remember if I talked about this last podcast or...
I think we might have. I know we talked about it. So, but definitely we'll go through it quick just in case.
Yeah, so because I was cutting it so close, I know I wouldn't have been able to finish it with the rest of this forest green. I ended it with a bright pop of like a lime neon, which I actually am really happy I did. I feel like it's a really nice finishing touch.
It like you don't for a minute go, oh, she must have run out of that green.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't have even entered my head. If you hadn't said anything, I would have just been like, oh, I love that lime green.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So it's super fun.
Okay, so now put your hat on.
Where is it?
Oh my gosh, you are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. That's the screenshot.
There it is.
Oh, it's perfect.
This will be my uniform in the winter and fall.
You are going to live in that. It's oh my gosh, it's the most perfect look in the whole wide world.
It is really warm and really...
Okay, take it off now. Oh, you know, I noticed that on that really, really hot stretch that we had.
Yeah.
It was too hot to knit. I don't say that ever.
Oh.
Like the knitting was like, oh, it's making me hot to hold it in my hands. Not even draping. I was not happy about that.
I'm wondering if maybe that's why I'm dreading being outside this summer. Because I'm so into knitting right now, I don't want to lose it.
When you were talking, that was the feeling I got because you are so into it right now. And last summer, I remember you were kind of like, yeah, I'm not knitting a ton. It was kind of like you were taking a little bit of a break. Definitely knitting, but not like knitting.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. I was just like knitting a sock here and there, but like really my focus was so in like other places, like being outside and being at the lake and all of this. But now I'm just like, I'm so far in this knitting hole that like I don't come out.
I totally understand.
Ugh.
I know, but you do have to get out of it. Like I could be a hermit, and then when I do go out, like I mean, we went to the Tom Petty concert, and I was like, oh man, oh she's barking again. And then we got there, and it was the greatest thing in the whole wide world.
I know. Yes. I feel like we felt this. Like, can't we just stay here by ourselves and order in and just knit all night?
I know, it's bad. It's fine. It's okay. We are allowed.
It's okay because we go out.
Yes.
If we didn't, it might be.
Every time she barks, I can't hear you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that is it's mind blowing.
Thank you. So this is the project where I went up to size 6s. You can't hear me.
I can.
Oh, and because my gauge is a little tighter, oh my god, I'm gonna kill her. So
let me see if I can get her up. Stop the podcast. I just challenge anyone to like walk past you and not like stop and go, oh my god, what is that around your neck? Did you re-push start?
Yes, I did.
I did. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm excited to like keep like knitting and playing with colors more too, because I really like the way this came out. So I kind of want to now like kind of see other ways to play.
You're becoming like you really are using yarn like a painter would use paint. Like you're just not saying, oh, I'm gonna make a sweater that color. You're like, it's like you're starting to paint with yarn. It's very cool.
Yeah, it definitely does feel that way. That's
absolutely.
Yeah,
I love it.
Thank you. So, but the last thing I did go up. So it's called for 4s. I went for 6s. It has a beautiful drape. So I think that probably 6s helped me meet gauge more than make it bigger. I don't know, but mine came
4s.
Yeah, I mean, but your gauge could be total. You know what I mean?
Gauge, smage.
Exactly. So for mine, I ended up going up a needle size for anybody that was curious.
Love it. Thanks. All right. And we're so bad. I cannot remember in this 2-week span of what we've showed and what we haven't. So I will show these. Everything's falling super quickly. The monkey. I might have shown them. I feel like I did. Monkey socks.
I can't remember or not.
I love them.
They came out really cute.
Love them. So yeah. Oh, but you know what? I should show my socks that I'm working on. Hold on. I love them.
Which one?
These. Which I was so on the fence. Like, oh, I didn't like the yarn. It's white birch.
No.
Fiber Arts.
Blue Moon.
No, not this one. This is white birch. No, it's not. You know what oh my gosh, I've been telling everyone you know what it is? Into the World.
Into the World. There we go.
I've told everyone, oh yeah, that's white birch mountain. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, I'm going to get more. Oh yeah, I have more in there. It's Into the World.
You can tell them tomorrow morning. Or you don't on Fridays.
Monday, I'll tell Into the World. That is awful. Oh my gosh, I am the worst. Okay, I love them. And I was kind of like, why did I buy this? I don't really, like, it's not I don't like it. It just wasn't doing it for me. And I'm like, what made me choose these colors? Well, I love them.
They're so fun. Like, I'm picturing those popping out because you need to get yourself some Blundstone boots this fall.
Absolutely.
I can picture those popping out, like having really cute little pants and then seeing those.
Yeah. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
So I cannot believe. I also told them that this was another skein. love white birch. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love white birch. I really do. I really do. And I have a rainbow thing in there, and I've used it before. I had 2 skeins, but they weren't these. Into the world.
Oh my god, I like the ones that you just showed. I have the same exact skein, but I love those.
I think these are gorgeous for men. Gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. So I have been working on these. Of course, we had, the 4 hours up and 4 hours back, which I have grown to really not mind that drive.
What's beautiful.
Yeah, because I knit the entire way, unless Dad has to work, and then it's like, darn it. But, oh my gosh. Again, mindless. But I don't want to get comfortable only knitting mindless. I have to say that. Because we have to continue to stretch our brains.
Mm-hmm. Well, and right now I feel like you have your brioche, you have the dress. Like, you do have a good amount of stuff.
I do. And I've got to get back to your sweater. I cannot wait to, I don't know why I keep putting it down. Cabling is one of my favorite things. And as overwhelming as brioche is, I can do the most complicated cable sweaters. Your wedding sweater had 6 different designs of, I love it. I can read it from a mile away. I very rarely have to use directions once I see the pattern. Isn't that bizarre?
Yes, because I'm the exact opposite.
I know. You have not done any cabling. You need to do cabling. Have you done any?
I did. I've done a little, like in a hat. I've done some cabling. Like the doodler, I did that cable, but like nothing anywhere near what you've done.
Well, the thing is, once you can read a chart, cabling is, if I have to read, like, that is the other part we were talking about with this brioche, how it's all written out, like, and I don't think I would understand a brioche chart, to be honest with you. That would be another, but there's so many words, and my eyes are like, whoa, which word did I leave off on? And
totally.
So, yeah, but I love cabling.
You do it like it's nothing.
I think it's because that was how I started knitting. I've been cabling probably since I started.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that light pink sweater that you made for me? And it had like 3 cables going up it, and it had just like a normal neck. I will never forget that sweater. Do you not remember it?
No, not at all.
It was like a baby pink, and it was I just remember there were 3 cables up the front and down the back. And it was beautiful. And that was like when I was like younger.
I don't remember that at all.
It might have been like middle school days.
Gosh, I don't remember that at all.
I wish I still had it. I know it wouldn't fit me anymore, but like it was.
That is so funny. I don't even have a clue what that was. But I made forever those Debbie Bliss cabled, like, long sweaters that were like coats. I must have made 10 of those.
Oh yeah, I still live in mine in the winter. Like, that's my winter outfit.
I know. It's so funny. So yeah. All right. Let's talk shop.
Let's talk shop.
Do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So I shared this morning on Periscope, and we've talked about it, our new summer model kind of for the shop. And it's so interesting because on Periscope, people really like they got it. It was really interesting. Like, they understood the concept of it, which isn't, I'm not making any sense, but basically it's going to be about us dyeing yarn and putting it in the shop, not having special updates except for our norm. We always will have updates, but our everyday model is going to be just filling the shop, selling, hopefully selling.
Yeah.
And I was saying how I'm not dyeing less. It's just a different like mindset for me. And someone was like, oh yeah, it's a much more relaxed mindset. I'm like, they got it. Like, because I thought it was just me thinking, I don't know. It's really weird. But anyways, it feels like a good summer pace for us and less frenzied, even though it's the same amount of dyeing. I don't get it.
No, you know what it is? It's updates. heighten everything because it's like we have to promote, not that we have to, but like let's make sure everybody knows about
it.
And we have to pick a time, and then there's all this emotional buildup, and it's like it's very taxing emotionally. I'm especially like for me, it's not so much because I'm not doing the dyeing for it,
right?
Just it's on your mind until the update comes, and then there's this big celebration and yarn selling and everything, and then it's like, okay, back to square one. We're now it's just going to be, okay, I'm dyeing and it's fun and we're putting it in the shop.
Well, and I think that's a piece of it. I'm always looking for a better balance. I am not a balanced person at all. And like I'm always searching for like how can I make my life more balanced? And this feels like it's going to be a huge piece of it, especially for the summer for me, because you know me, I have to have time to do, and it just feels less frenetic, and it was so interesting, like, because my morning Periscope is filled. I mean, everyone that watches we're all creative. That's why we're watching these podcasts and everything. But a few of them are working artists and they got it like that. And I was like, oh, like it kind of validated how I was feeling, so I am super excited about it. And what I told them, and I think it's important, is, well, we want people when they come to our shop to be able to get something. So that's part of the goal instead of this frenzied shopping spree. But I would encourage people, if they're interested, to turn the notification on.
Yeah.
So that they're aware if you're, because you don't want to have to be like, oh, I wonder if they put something in today and we will, like, I'll show something that I did today that we may pop up on Instagram to say these are in the shop now, but not Thursday night, 7:00 and blah, blah, blah. But having said that, we will have an update for Skein of Thrones.
Yeah.
We will do that because that is part of it. And the updates still are going to happen, but more around specially themed yarns and that kind of stuff.
Right. So like yarn clubs, holidays, like of course, Halloween, like we'll do something.
We haven't picked our movie yet. I got to start watching so I can decide.
Yeah. So we will still have all those really fun events where it is that emotional buildup, and like we're so excited to give you the newest, funnest yarn that is. But like Mom said, on a day-to-day basis, we're going to try and really kind of gain a cadence with you guys and with ourselves. And but I think you're right, Mom. I think as we come out with new colorways, if we're super excited about them, just saying like, "Ooh, dyed these today." Like keep your eyes peeled on the shop, not necessarily. Yep. This is when they're going in, but feel free to come to the shop, look around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I am so between that and the sink is ordered for my office, which will take me out of the kitchen, which is filling me with excitement. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. So in about 2 weeks, it'll probably be here, and that will change the game hugely for production for me. So that's exciting, but this just feels, it just feels so right for me right now. It really does. So I'm excited, and it's going to work for you great too, because you have days where you do dye and we'll just throw them right in. So yeah, so that's exciting. So on that note, I will show you what I dyed today because that is so fun. And then we will talk Skein of Thrones when the next update is. Okay, so today I spent the morning just doing neutrals. I love dyeing these neutrals. I love them. They are so much fun.
They're so beautiful.
I love them. I love dyeing. You know what I say? I love them. I love the dyeing process for this, what I do. I really do. It's just super fun. So we have parchment. And we have macaroon. And we have elephant ears. Oh my God, I love elephant ears.
Me too.
Elephant ears. And then good old Sprout. The Sprout just makes me think of a little Sprout.
Me too.
A little animated Sprout.
Me too.
So those we've had before, but I wanted to get some in there. But this just makes me so excited. So because both you and I are obsessed with the Meandering Shawl, I decided to make Meandering Shawl kits.
Oh my God.
I am so excited because you know what? Even when I look at yours, I think, oh my gosh, there's so many colors in there. Well, not everyone is lucky enough to knit as many socks as you. You know what I mean? Like to have that stash. And you don't have to go out and buy like skeins and skeins of yarn. So I just did minis for it. And I did 5 minis. I think that's more than enough. Each mini is 90 yards. So that's 450 yards plus 463 yards. So you will have leftovers.
Yes. So the small fingering version only calls for 2 400-yard skeins. So, yeah, it's more than enough to make the small fingering weight version.
Yes, and small is huge.
You guys saw how huge it was.
Yeah, that is the piece that made me so excited because I'm not in a big shawl phase, but when I am, I want it to be gigantic.
Yeah.
I do. And so I just try to pick a good variety of colors for these. And this one is very close to Miss Patty, but isn't Miss Patty. And these are just playing in the dye pots.
Yeah.
And it could change. Like this week, these are coming out. I think I dyed 5 sets. Mm-hmm. And who knows, when I dye them next, it might be 5 different colors.
Totally.
There's no telling.
Totally. And for anybody that has a set of our minis right now and doesn't know what to do with it, it's a really great pattern to kind of put those to use and see how they play with each other.
Yes, and typically our sets of minis are 5 skeins. There's only one that's 4, and I think it's the elf set. I'm pretty sure that's the only one that is 4 skeins of minis.
That could be. Yeah, I can remember.
Yeah. So that is that.
Skein of Thrones is going to be next Thursday. Let me just look and see what the date is because I don't know that off the top of my head. It'll be next Thursday, June 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to do our standard 100 slots will be available. Again, they don't sell out really quickly, so, don't feel like you have to push over one.
No, it's really nice for people to I think at the beginning people were so afraid they would miss out, and now it works great. So our international shoppers it's usually about a 24-hour sale, which it works beautifully. And that is skein number 4, and I think there will be one more after that. So there'll be I love 5s. I don't know why. I think in 5s. 4 is an even number. I don't do even numbers.
Yeah, I'm with you. I totally agree.
Yeah, I don't do even numbers. So there will be one more after this for a total of 5 skeins.
Yep.
So people know it's coming.
Yes. And like we always do say with Skein of Thrones update, if for some reason you don't get a slot, feel free to message us. And, we're pretty flexible when it comes to the pre-orders because they are pre-orders.
Pre-orders. And I do tend to do a few extras for prize giveaways, if people are looking for giveaways, stuff like that. So yeah, it's been really, really fun and challenging to do these because I have no clue what it's going to look like till the day I decide to dye it.
Well, it is challenging too because it's not a show, like you've said before, that you're super familiar with. And it's also a show that is very dark and very muted. Like, to find color in the show Game of Thrones, it's hard.
It is hard. It is. And thank goodness for you and Justin and Jacob have been such a help for me because really just you finding reference material. It is a little tougher as a dyer to not feel like Bates Motel I was so connected to, and that was like a piece of cake for me. It was just, they were there. Where this is a bit more of a challenge, and I have been happy with all the colorways, and I'm thrilled that people are happy with them.
Yeah, I've actually noticed, and I should throw some of these on our Instagram feed, a lot of people are knitting right now with Winterfell, and I love the way...
Oh, you definitely repost them because I might not be following some of them.
Yeah.
And if you are knitting with any of our yarns, tag us because I love seeing what people are using.
Mm-hmm.
Winterfell was one of my favorites.
I think it was probably my all-time favorite of the collection.
I think Dragon Egg so far has been
I forgot about that.
So yeah, I am so excited right now about the business. And again, it may shift after the summer. I'm calling it my summer mode for now and I think even for you, it's going to work really well. And it's exciting.
Super exciting. So anyways, that's the shop news. I feel like that's pretty much it. I mean, do you have any like recommendations or like fun things?
I don't. I'm really sad that I have no good reading yet this summer.
Ooh, I have a book that I can share.
What?
It's not really reading per se. It's right over there. Let me just go snag it really quick. It's reading, but it's kind of like daily reading.
Oh, I love daily reading.
Me too. So, the yoga teacher at work, who I adore and like have become friends with, she went through her yoga teacher training. And
can we just stop for 1 minute and say you have a yoga teacher at work? How unbelievable is that?
I have a yoga teacher at work. I have a CrossFit trainer at work. I have like it's ridiculous when I say sentences like that. You are.
I know.
You're so.
But, I mean, you all work super hard, but I think you work super hard because of all of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like a dream for me when you guys talk about it. Like the fact that you guys are in that setting. All four of you, like the three of you and Jacob, have really found jobs that you're happy at. I mean, none of you are making gobs of money, but you're happy. Who cares? Who cares? It is so cool. Yeah. Okay, now you can tell us about the book.
Yeah, no,
I didn't think you realized how cool that sounded. It's like, who has a yoga teacher at work?
You're 100% right. That is noteworthy. And like, it did feel weird coming out, but I was like, oh, just keep going. Just keep
going.
But yeah, no, I'm so lucky because they really like dealer.com. They so believe in like nurturing you as a person, not just as a worker bee. Like I could go for hours talking about them, but so yes, my yoga teacher at work, who is amazing, went through her yoga teacher training, and she always has this book with her at classes. And I finally one day I was like, "What are you reading from?" Because it's so inspiring, and it's just dead on. Whether you can relate to it or not, and in that moment, you can think of a time where it applied to your life, and it is just so well written. And I had never, so it's called Journey to the Heart, and it's Melody Beattie is the author, and apparently she's like this world-renowned author who's like very like an inspirational writer and like a spiritual writer.
Never heard of her.
And neither had I, and I feel like we kind of like have
kind of, sort of, yeah.
But so anyway, she told me, and I ordered it the next day. Amazon Prime, got it like in 24 hours. Amazing.
I would die without Amazon Prime. That's overstating it, but I would.
Yeah, I know. It is so crazy. We've all become this culture of like, I want it, so I'm going to get it now.
Wow. I love it, though. It's just, it helps so much when you need something. I know for business, when I'm out of citric acid, I'm like, whoa, I need it tomorrow. I'm out, and boom, there it is.
Yep. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So I ordered it and I started reading it, and it's really, really, really neat. It's just little daily meditations, and I would recommend it for anybody that enjoys daily reading. Like, there's no story to it. There's no nothing, but it's kind of cool, like going through and like finding your birthday and reading what it says about your birthday. Yours is... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yours is all about laughter, and the laughter is medicine.
Oh, I love it. Well, I was going to ask you that. Is it just do you start at the beginning, or is it dated? So it's dated.
It's dated. But that being said, I mean, you can literally open up to any day and
yeah,
you know, it applies. But it's really cool. And the yoga teacher, Kelly, she like hers is tattered and written all over and like sticky notes all over it. And like, I can't wait until I get to the point where I've read a lot of it and I can kind of go back in and dive and do that same thing.
Love it. I tend to have too many daily reading books, which is not good. Did I ever buy you Simple Abundance?
No, but I took yours for quite a while and read it.
Okay, because I was going to say, you're at that age where I really enjoy it. It fit. Now I read it. I've read it for multiple years, like not always in a row. I should start it. Every New Year's I say I'm going to start it this year, and then I don't carry through. But it's great for the creative mind. It's a great one. Mm-hmm. It is. But I loved it. when I was right around your age. And the reason I love the summer solstice is because of the reading in that book.
On the summer solstice? Oh.
And I almost read it last night, but it was like, no, because I didn't do any of it. And now I'm going to be like, oh, I missed it. Like, so I may read it tonight.
Yeah.
I may. We'll see. I loved it though. But yeah, oh, that is so cool. I'm going to definitely want to see that.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one, especially for anybody that practices. I mean, you don't need to practice yoga for it to be relevant at all, but maybe it's just what I relate it to because.
Yeah.
But.
Fun. Yeah, I've been dying to go to the bookstore. I was going today and I didn't. I'm so lazy. I'm craving holding a book.
And this is a good one. Look at how like it's like kind of floppy and like.
I'm craving it. It's bad.
Well, and she has a lot of other books too. Like I don't think they're all daily readers. And she is very like, so even if you just look up the author, you might find something else that you like if you're not a daily reader.
I might have to look that up. I have a lot of authors like that I love. Love.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank you again, everybody, for spending a little bit of time for us. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Show notes are in the down bar in YouTube. So just down there. That's the only place I post them. Sorry.
People still do show notes. I have not been keeping up with podcasts, so I don't know.
I don't know. I do think it probably helps with questions and stuff. Because I know sometimes I'll look for show notes, and if they're not there, it just means a little more research. But I've been trying to be good and putting them down there, so.
Good work. I'll give you a raise.
Oh, perfect. I got my new fringe supply bag. I'm good.
That's true. All right, well.
All right, everybody. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. Keep knitting. Enjoy the summer. Yeah, happy summer. And like we always say, needles up.
Needles up.
Bye.